everybody, and welcome back to another episode of The Male Perspective. I am your host, Lana Reid, and today I have with me, all the way in Oakland, that's a city of history, Mr. Juan Moore. He's an author, an entrepreneur, and so many other things. I'm excited to talk to him and see what is going on in his life and hear about what has gone on in his life. But first and foremost, Mr. Moore, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Now, as I always do when I get ready for these shows, I spend a lot of time scouring through social media and everything. So I was on your Amazon for your first book, Never Give Up, Words of Encouragement, right?
That was my second book.
Your second book, okay.
Yeah.
And how many are there out today?
Right now, it's 3 books out so far.
Okay, 3 books out.
3 books out, 2 coming.
Okay. Now, I was reading the introduction that's available on Amazon, and you kind of share a story about when you were in high school, and you were kind of going to give up and you didn't have faith in yourself. I was wondering if I could trouble you to kind of share that story with us real quick.
Yeah, no problem. I was in high school, and like everybody else, I faced it. I had some obstacles that I had to face. And what it was because the school told me, because of my age, that that I had to leave. So they pretty much kicked me out of school. And at that time, I was going into the 11th grade, but I was around 17. So that's because I started school late because, my birthday is in December. So I had to wait the next semester. So things still didn't add up with me. So I said, okay, kick me out because of that. So when I finally got a chance to get back in, and I did everything I had to do to get back in, go down to the school district, talk to them and so forth. And then when I came back, they told me, well, you cannot, the only way that you will be able to graduate if you get all A's from now on, if we let you back in, which was a little, to me was a little discouraging because I know I wasn't going to be able to get all A's from this point, 11th and 12th grade from then on. So I told myself, well, I'm just drop back out, I'm gonna go and get my GED, and I'm gonna go from there and just start working. But as I began to work and began to go towards to get my GED, something came to me where I just didn't feel right. I wanted my high school diploma. To me, nothing against GEDs, but the high school diploma, it meant something else more to me. So I said, okay, well, over the obstacles, and over the time, different things started coming my way to where I had to end up having a few surgeries in between time. As soon as I was about to get ready to start going to school for my high school diploma. So then I had to wait till the next semester. And then when that came up, I was discouraged. So then that stopped me from another semester. So then about time I said, okay, I'm back in the game again. Here I go. I signed up for it, getting ready to go. Another injury came. I had to have surgery again. So by this time, I'm like, okay, this seems like it's never going to happen. So one day I was looking at a TV show, and everybody was graduating and walking across the stage, and it just hit me again, like, no, I need this. Like, I want this. I want to experience this. So I went back and got my high school diploma, and overcame, all the obstacles that was getting tossed my way.
Oh, awesome. Now, did I read that you later found out that the school had no right to kick you out?
Yeah, they didn't have the right to do so. I don't know what was going on with the principal or what they had against me, because they didn't even really know me too much. I believe for them to even have something against me, but it was something that they was at that time. They didn't have no right to kick me out because of my age.
Wow.
Because that's the excuse that they used and told me and told my parent when they went because of my age, they kicked me out. And then when I tried to get back in, like I said before, they tried to throw another thing at me. You have to do this to continue. So it's almost like they didn't want me there.
Wow. That inner drive. Now, I read that at that particular time in your life, you didn't have a relationship with God. So you didn't have that to kind of propel you forward in those trials and tribulations. But I'm curious, when was it that you did develop your relationship with God?
The thing is, my family, they always had a relationship with God, but like you just said, I didn't have one with them. So it came to me after a big incident happened. Well, I'm gonna keep it, robbery happened. And I ended up getting robbed. And the thing was, it wasn't me getting robbed. It was more of me. Like I was at someone's house and someone kicked in the door to rob the house. But the thing was, they was at the wrong house. So I was there and it was 3 kids that was in the room that was asleep. So, I told the break-in people at that time, my mom, I was like, don't go rushing through the rooms because there's kids in here asleep. Because as soon as any movement happened, people get paranoid and start shooting. That was all over my mind at the time. So, but at the same time, after all this happened, it came to me like, you know what? Too much things is happening in my life. I'm having too much spiritual warfare going on, So I said, I need something more than this. So I took time out and I just stepped away from everybody and everything. And I took a trip to New York, cleared my mind for a few days just to, get myself right. And I came back and I said, I need to find me a church to go to and start getting my life, ground centered with God.
Oh, okay. So the church that you eventually found, what was it about that particular church that kind of sat with you and said, this is my home?
It was the preacher that was there. He was young and he was preaching in a way that I can understand, that I was able to grasp, and I came at that time and he wasn't the pastor, but he was just a preacher there. And for some reason, I believe it was what God wanted me to be, because him not being a pastor, he preached like 2 Sundays in a row. And I happened to come back each Sunday. So I actually able to hear him preach. And they said, okay, this is the church for me. Oh, then I ended up hearing the pastor preach. And I said, oh yeah, this is definitely the church for me.
That's your home. That's your home. That's good. Now, did I see on your Instagram, you behind the pulpit now? You doing a little preaching?
Yeah. Now I'm preaching too now.
Go on with your bad self there. Go ahead. Now, to these school administrators that wanted to kick you out back in the day, let me say this one more time. You have 3 books out and you have how many on the way?
2 more right now on the way, 3 out.
All right. So to them high school administrators, run tell that. All right now. Hello.
Right. Right.
Now, let me go ahead and segue to your businesses because I have such a short amount of time. But a lot of people, a lot of believers, they say, I'm going to pray about it and God is going to make a way, but they don't read that part about faith without works is dead. So you have been putting in the work. You have been hustling. So let me tackle the first business. But let me ask first, because are you anyway the family from the South or anything like that?
Yeah. My mama, she from the South. My family, my grandma, everybody from the South.
Oh, okay. Because the first business venture that you have is sweet tea, and only Southern folks know about some sweet tea.
Oh, yeah.
But you have a lemon ginger sweet tea out?
Yeah, lemon ginger sweet tea, yeah. Green lemon ginger.
Green tea. How did that come about that you got into that?
I like tea. And then one day, I was drinking green tea, and then, I put the lemon in it, and then I just went ahead and it just came to me one day, and I just started mixing things and came up with it.
Okay. Now, are there more beverages coming down the line, or?
Yeah, I actually I want to come out with different type of like some strawberry lemonade type things and stuff like that eventually down the line as well.
Okay. So is this a product that is only available where you're at?
Well, right now it's only available where I'm at, but I have been, if people get in contact with me, I have been shipping them all the way to South Carolina and different places like that.
Okay.
For folks who want them.
Go ahead. I love it. Now, I also see on the gram, you kind of nice in the kitchen from what I see, and you have a no salt, seasoned salt you working on?
Oh yeah.
Oh, come.
Yes, seasoned salt with no salt. Yeah.
How'd you come? So, okay, first of all, you're nice in the kitchen. Who taught you how to cook?
My grandma had a hand in it, and then besides that, I just picked up things as I went along.
Okay. So, and the idea for the no seasoned salt came from where?
My grandmother. She can't really mess with any salt, so I was like, he just came to me. I was like, okay, it'd be good for me to make a seasoning, that she can be able to still enjoy her food, but without the salt. Even though I know they got something out, but I was like, I want to do my own. I put my own twist on it so we can get the flavors that we still like.
righty then, brother. Nice in the kitchen. Got some salt. Got something to drink. Yeah, go check out his gram. He making a lot of food and everything. Now let me go on with the Southern thing. Because I see now grandma had a lot of influence, but also, are you for real a cowboy?
Oh, Cowboy fan, yeah, yeah.
Like no, like or I know you're a Dallas Cowboy
Oh,
fan.
Cowboy fan, but a real cowboy. I like to call myself that, and a lot of people do too because of the way that I act sometimes and the way I carry myself.
Oh, okay, because yeah, I saw the hat
The
on. I said,
cowboy
okay. I
hats.
said, oh, this man real country right here. He real. I was born in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, so you know
Oh, okay.
it's in my heart. It's in my heart. No, I was like, okay, he really from the South. He really from the South. But you are more unique than what I've already displayed here. You have a very unusual hobby for a brother. You do some archery. The bow and the arrow. How does a black man get involved with a bow and an arrow?
I don't know. I just always been different. Always been different, and and then just as a kid, you watching these cartoons and things like that, these movies with it, and I'm like, okay, this is something I want to do. So I just went out and bought it, and it's been doing it.
Okay, was that when you were young?
Yeah, when I was younger, I got into it, and then I stopped for a while. Now, just now, getting back into it.
Okay, you are doing the most. You are well-rounded. I don't want to say anybody can get stuck in a rut because you got the books, you're doing the beverages, you're doing the seasoned salt, you got the archery, and you taking pictures. Did I see you?
Yeah, pictures, the hair oil, all that. Yeah.
No, and the hair oil. That's what I wanted to get to next. You have a hair oil. Oh, what is it?
It's a
Amorphia.
morphia. Yeah,
Amorphia. Now, how did you? I see you got the beard. Brothers always got to be nice with the beard. So how did the hair oil come about?
That was one of the things. I needed something that I wanted to use on my hair that I put together that'll make it more smooth, the comb through, and also to help it grow a little faster. And then I gave it to a few ladies to test out in their hair, and they started actually growing their hair. So then I said, okay, this is something I can put out. So I just end up using the same formula and everything, bottling it up, and just and so I selling it.
Oh my goodness, I'm so impressed. I'm so impressed. So how did you find the mixture of what to put in the oil?
I started doing a lot of researching, and it took a lot of researching. It took a lot of time of mixing the right things together, like the vitamin E and the biotin and things like that. And once I got the good mixture together, and then the last thing was just get a good scent. So I added the lemongrass for the scent, and everything just clicked together.
All right, we got lemon. We got lemon in the tea, and we got lemon in the hair oil. All right. I'm so impressed. And they like to say my brothers don't be doing nothing. Let me introduce them to Juan Moore. He tell y'all a couple things or two. So let me go ahead and go back to the books real quick because I want to rub it in these administrators' face that they counted you out and they didn't need to. But what was the first book?
The first book was Taking Control, A Guide to Overcoming.
Okay, and what was that one about? Because you didn't have a relationship with God at that particular point either, right?
At that point, I did have a relationship with God at that point. Okay. Yeah, because but when I started making my books, that's when I first started my relationship with God.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was just me taking control of the book is about taking control of your life in different aspects of your life. Each chapter, 7 chapters, is about just taking control.
Okay. And then so we did the first book, and the second book was what we opened up with. Now, what was the third book?
The third book was Black Silk, Soul of Poetry.
Oh, so you're doing the poetry too?
Yeah, and that book came about because of a Black woman called Phyllis Wheatley that a lot of people, some people know about, some don't, but I introduced her story in the beginning of my book. She was a Black slave who actually learned how to read as a slave, as a young girl, and she was able to read English. She was able to read Hebrew, the Bible. So she wrote poetry, and because she wrote her poetry, she was able to actually show the people back then that just because you was Black doesn't mean you can't read or write, and that means that you can't learn. So by her being able to do that, she got introduced to the president at that time and a lot of other people she pretty much helped helped with the process of freeing Black people at that time because of her poetry. She was only a teenager at that time.
How'd you come across her?
I was doing research on poets, and her name came across, and I was like, okay. And then I started reading more on her, and just started doing research on her. And I was like, in school or anything, you never hear about her, a slave, actually writing a book. She was the first Black woman to write a book ever, and she was the first Black slave and the first Black person to write a book. So I was like, this is very interesting. I think a lot of people want to know her story. That's so I wrote the poetry, and I kind of dedicated the book to her.
That's awesome. So much of our history is not available to us in our educational system. And I think it really has an impact on how we feel about ourselves when we start learning about all of the wonderful things that we have done and overcame. So, I'm glad that you stumbled across that and you found that. So poetry, was that a new task for you or something?
No, always been into poetry ever since I was a younger kid. Always been, like most kids, they love to write raps and things like that. So that's how it kind of developed.
Make you nice with the ladies too.
I don't know too much about it. Yeah.
He said, I don't know about all that. All righty. So now you've got 2 coming out now. Can we get a sneak peek about what they're going to be about?
Well, the first one, both of them dropping at the same time, but one of them is called Mirror, the Looking Glass. And it's about 6 things that the Lord hates. And a lot of people don't know that the Lord can hate things because, he's perfect and everything, but it's 6 things that he hates, 7 that he detests. So pretty much it's 7 things in there that the Lord looks at that he really does not like. So I just break each one down in each chapter and try to help us look at ourselves in each thing that it is. Like for one of the things he hates is a proud look. So I kind of break that down, what a proud look is and how we have to look at ourselves and see if we're doing that and how can we stop doing that. And another one is like a lying tongue. He hates people that lie. So I kind of just break that down too as well. So each chapter is just a breakdown, each one letting us reflect and look at ourselves.
Okay. And that's the first book. And the next book coming out?
And the next one is 47 Days of Prayer. And it's 47 Days of Prayer, covering your family in prayer.
Okay.
And that one is I talk about in the first beginning and introduction what prayer is, how we should pray, and how it's not really, how God said we should pray, but then at the same time how it's a format of praying. Because a lot of us we look at prayer and it's the Lord is my shepherd and I shall not want. We look at like Psalms 23 and we look at it's different prayers that the Lord put into the Bible, but he used that just as a format for us to be able to pray our own prayers and how we need to pray. So I just break everything down.
Okay. So what do you say to these people? Oh, I'm praying to the Lord for a stimulus check.
A lot of times we pray for the wrong things, and that's what I talk about in the book as well. We pray for God to give us stuff, but we also have to pray for God to give us the knowledge and wisdom to be able to hold what he's given us, because he's already want us to be blessed abundantly. But if he can give you $2,000, a lot of us are going to do the wrong thing with it if we don't have the right knowledge and understanding of how to use this and do something bigger with it. So I kind of break all that down, and then I talk about I give examples of prayer for 14 days for the wife to pray for the husband to pray for the wife, and then for the parents to pray for the children. So it's all in the book.
Awesome. Now, with the preaching, how did it get to be where you stepped in front of the pulpit?
That one, something I never saw coming. I never saw that coming at all, because I was going to church and I love being in the background. I'm not really the type of person that love to be in the forefront or be seen. I love to do the work in the background and just, chill in the back. But I just, I started having dreams, actually. It was dreams that came to me of me preaching. And it was actually at the time I was at the church and I had seen my pastor giving me advice about preaching. I'm like, why am I having these dreams? This is something I'm not even thinking about doing. And then so I just waved it off. And over time, I kept having little short dreams until I realized, okay, let me talk to someone about this. And I talked to my pastor about it. And he was revealing to me, what it could be. And he said, just pray on it some more for God to give you a clear answer. So then the next following Sunday, I went to church. I'm sitting there, and there's a young preacher came. And all the concerns I had about preaching, being young and everything, he kind of tackled them all in the message. And he didn't even know, what I was dealing with. And then it was just clear to me that I was called to preach.
All righty. So, and you just stepped in. Do you remember your first sermon?
Yeah.
What was it about?
Psalms 23. The Lord is my shepherd. That was my first sermon.
All righty. And did I see you teaching Sunday school as well?
Yeah. Teach Sunday school, and I got a Zoom class I teach for the youth and everything.
I'm so impressed. Oh my goodness gracious. Now you mentioned a few times, how to pastor, you were able to relate to him. You mentioned a young pastor, and it's something that I really kind of question is that today, because it seems like the younger population, especially the younger Black population, is kind of feeling out of touch with the church because a lot of the pastors are older. You know what I'm saying? Do you think it's very important to kind of draw in younger Black folks today to get a younger pastor ministry?
Yeah, we definitely need more youth in our church. Young adults, from youth to young adults. I believe the young adults is 30 in their 30s, still young adults. Then you start going into late 30s to your, middle age. But yeah, we definitely need younger preachers and younger people in the church to keep the church going.
Yeah.
Because that's what it's all about. It's about us teaching the next generation under us, how to pretty much walk in the way of the Lord, but do it, you still can have fun and do it. You still can enjoy your life and still, still have integrity as you do so.
Gotcha. Has grandma heard you preach yet?
Yes, she has.
That's my baby.
Yeah, exactly. One of my biggest supporters.
Them grandmas, right? That's my baby. That's awesome. That is awesome. So, all of this, and I don't get the impression that you're done. You got other stuff on the pipeline. We ain't, what else? What's else going on with you?
I got more books coming, and I got more, after these 2 books, I'm already in my mind thinking about the other books that I got coming, like a book about generational curses. I got that coming. And I got other books, love language books coming. And I got even some urban drama, just some regular, love stories and different things going on as well.
This brother doing the most. You doing the most. You don't do you sleep? Do you what?
Actually, I don't get as much sleep as I want to, but I do get some in.
Okay. So the salt stuff, because I'm really I like that no salt stuff. Is that going to be soon, or we gonna wait?
I'm still working on it because I want to be able to get it just right to where anything that I put out, I always make sure that I'm doing it not just to rush something or not just to say that I did it, but actually something that's going to work for everybody and that's going to be good. So I want to make sure everything is right before I actually get it out there.
Okay.
But it's coming soon.
Okay.
I might drop at the same time I drop the cookbook.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Cookbook. We didn't hear nothing about no cookbook. What's that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I got it's halfway done already, but I'm still working on it. It's inexpensive, easy recipes. I want to be able to make a book where you can go to the store and buy things at a certain price and still be able to make a good meal out of it.
Okay. I'm just doing the most. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get off there and say, oh, I didn't tell I was doing this and I was doing this and I was doing this. And like I said, to them teachers back in the day who counted this one out, run tell that how you feel now, okay?
Right.
I love it. Now, to further emphasize that you are truly a Southern guy at heart, you've got some fruits in you that you harvest and use a garden. You was just a gardener too, right?
Oh yeah. I got the apple tree, the cherry tree, the lemon tree, the plum tree. Got some greens back there. We got some green onions, things like that. Yeah.
Okay, so my question is, because I don't know if we mentioned it here on the interview, but you're from Oakland. So how long you been in the city?
I've been here my whole life.
How does the city boy get to be so country?
I guess my grandmother.
So she's there with you in the city.
She loved to do gardening. That's something that she do as a something that she do, just, I guess you can say, self-care, a self-care thing that she loved to do. And I just started helping her and from there just start picking it up.
Yeah, because I saw the pictures of the cherries. I said, oh, we're going to have some cherry sweet tea sometime soon or something like that. I said, you got some nice cherries in the backyard.
Yeah.
All righty. And you say you got greens and
green onions, things like that. Yeah.
Just doing the most. All righty then. So we got oil, we got beverages, we got cookbooks, we got all kinds of stuff going on. We could catch in Oakland preaching at what particular churches? Can you say?
Faith Tabernacle Community Church.
Okay, and we can catch you every Sunday there. Well, are y'all back in service now? I know.
Oh yeah, we're back in service. Yeah, and we're back in service.
Okay. Well, Mr. Juan Moore, we are going to do the random question. And then if you can, the list is so long, I want you to tell us how we connect with you. Because you will ship kind of across the United States and stuff if we need. Okay. So we'll do the random question here. And then we'll see how we connect with you. Did I get it all before I do my random question?
You got it. Yeah,
okay. I want to make sure, because I want to get the teachers' names, the administrators' name, and go back and give them this interview. So see this particular brother right here. You counted him out, but look at him now. Okay. Oh, you're a food guy. Okay. How many days past the expiration date before you throw out the milk?
I do it a day after.
A day after.
I'll take no chances.
You can do that. Don't want that. Yeah. Don't want that. All righty, Mr. Juan Moore. How do we get in touch with you to purchase the products, purchase the books, just stay in contact? I mean, how do we connect with you?
You can reach me on IG at DATDUDE, and it's 8212, and that's at Instagram.
Okay.
And that's my main page. And then on my main page, I always post all my other page information. But you can also reach me at DL_Moore, Moore, _books at Gmail as well.
Okay, great. Now I do have one more question. I thought about it when you the beverage that the label that you use for your beverages is 8217. Is there a meaning of that for you?
Oh, 82. Oh, yeah, 8217. That's pretty much my birthday.
Oh.
It's just my birthday backwards.
Okay. Awesome. Well, Mr. Juan Moore, I just love to hear everything that you're doing. I mean, I'm so impressed. I applaud you. I want to see more. I support you, encourage you. I mean, I just, I just pat on the back from way over here. So I love everything that you're doing. And I'm excited for you. I'm cheering for you over here. Thanks. I got grandma's back.
Appreciate it. Appreciate you having this platform where, us men can, go out and just talk and,
I try. So many times, us males and females, we have a difficult time just having a conversation. So I try to say, look, we can sit down and talk. It don't have to be antagonistic. We could just sit here and vibe and, have a good time, get to know each other. So I try to be the example. So hopefully, the message is getting out there. So thank you for being a part of it. I truly appreciate it. And just keep on doing the wonderful things that you're doing. Keep on being you and just higher and higher and higher and higher.
Okay. Thanks. Much success on your show too as well.
All righty. That's all for this week's episode of The Male Perspective. I am your host, Lana Reid, and I will see everybody next time.